So I shut down the computer, start it up again, and start it up again. And there's 668 YouTube pages open on this Mac. I'm not uploading. Not uploading. But 662, which means the Mac is connected to. It still has access to my internet and it's tampering with YouTube, my YouTube uploads. There it is. There's 668 web pages, YouTube web pages open on my Mac right now. It doesn't end. He's always tampering with my uploads. But it doesn't show in Activity Monitor. None of it shows in Activity Monitor. So I am going to close that. Quit Safari. Open Safari. There it is, 668 pages are opened on my Mac. And what he's done, he's diverted. So he puts them on other web pages. These are what I have opened, not these. That's a diversion. This is current. This here is current. 668 were open. 628 are open right now on my web pages, YouTube, from my computer, but it doesn't show an Activity Monitor. There we go. And so if I do this, turn that off, and I go quit, go here, force quit. So preview is always running, QuickTime is always running. Quit QuickTime, it's still recording. Doesn't matter what I quit, it's still working. Quit preview. QuickTime is working there, but it's not in force quit. So I quit it here, but it's never a quit. Like quitting Safari is never quitting Safari. Alright, so I'm going to go up here. I see that Wi-Fi, I just saw Wi-Fi up here in Activity Monitor. So I have to take recordings all the time, I have to look at everything all the time because they're constantly removed and deleted. Alright, so there, 668 YouTube pages are open on my Mac. That's tampering with my channel. There we go. So this, hold on a second. Copy. Really? Don't lie. That's because you don't want to go directly to my YouTube channel. So let's see what he's doing with Activity Monitor. Plugin. There we go. Oh, a lot of errors. A lot of errors. Error, error, error. Lots of errors. Yep, lots of errors. So that's what's happening on the Mac right this minute. So it will stop showing any more logs. Oh, it stopped right now. 9:10. No more logs. Alrighty. No more logs showing. No more logs. He doesn't want. He doesn't want to show any more logs. No more logs. There we go. Error 21, container not found. No more logs. There's no such contain. There is a container called Container Manager, but it's not on my computer. There, no more logs. So from ten oh 2.00, a lot of errors. Download manager, error code 101, no, error code 400. Okay, so this is starting at logs time 21.02.00, exactly at 9:02. All errors, cloud paired, Bluetooth, all errors, fault, QuickTime is a fault, QuickTime fault, always. Wi-Fi manager, Airport D, missing entitlement but allowing anyway. All error, all errors. Okay, all errors, error missing cloud. Error, errors, everything is error. Well, it used to be all debug, now it's errors. Error. Allowing process impersonation of process, that's common. I'm not taking a screenshot because I got a million of them. Error. And so it ends at 9:14. Logs and time is 21.15.20. There we go. Something is moving. Oh, 30 seconds now. I see 30 seconds. 38 now. Now it's moving. The moment I start to document, it's moving. So let me go back up. So it stopped at 20. And suddenly there's 30. 38. 42. 43 seconds. So logs are missing. Cloud. Okay, go to all messages. 211631. Oh, it's moving again. Look at that. Life cycle. Client submitting private. Turn that off. Data still moving. There we go. Data is still moving. But it's not showing up here. Data just moved. But it's not showing up in packets sent and received. More data moving. But it's not showing up in packets sent and received. There. So 50 and 21. 50 and 21. Okay, packets in 4050. Out. Oh, more of them moving. So 50 turns to 54. And this is 5925. Okay, so data is always moving. Leave that there. Run diagnostic. 82, 77, 76, so no visible network. 54 and 25. Oh, data is moving again. Wow. 12, 7, 21, 17. Amazing. 21, 18, 21, 18. Life cycle. Private is terminated. Private is terminated. Then I started running. I started to run diagnostic and private is terminated. Plug in. Okay, so this is 2118. Plug in. Plug in. So far there was no messages and no logs, and then there are logs. Trigger from private is now private. Skybridge. From visible to none. Private enable updated window 243 from visible to none. Plug in. Okay, all tasks done. Done. There we go, it's a kernel task. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean this out. Alright, there data moving again. No visible network, so we're going to 88 and 59. Now we're going to 4088 and 5959. All right. So I'm gonna go here at so it didn't ask me for a password there. Did not ask for a password. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Welcome to the Dr. Gundry podcast. Here's a
Ooh,
question I
there
hear
that data
almost
moved.
daily. Dr. Gundry, should I try the keto diet? Well, as you'll hear in today's episode, there is one big problem with most versions of the keto diet. And it's not necessarily what's in the keto diet, but what most people leave out of a ketogenic diet. And it's not just the keto folks either. In fact, just 5% of
There
the
we go.
US
There's Three
population
Musketeers
gets
that always
enough of
comes
this
by
important nutrient from
when
their
I
diet.
am running
Too
diagnostic.
bad, because when you combine this super nutrient with a true keto diet, it can actually help you transform your metabolism, strengthen your microbiome, balance your hormones, and help you lose weight. I'm talking, of course, about fiber. Now, on today's episode, I'm chatting with Naomi Whittle, the New York Times best-selling author of Glow 15. And she's got a brand new book out called High Fiber Keto. All
107.
guys producing postbiotics. Okay, so
I love it.
so so why did why
More
high
data moving.
fiber keto? That in a way it sounds like, well, wait a minute, that
More data
contradiction
moving.
of terms. Why am I going to eat sugar molecules on a ketogenic diet? So help us out with that.
Right? So it's very simple. 9 out of 10 of us are
More
not
data
getting
moving.
enough fiber in our diet. And I wasn't planning to write a book on keto. For me, this is a very personal choice that I make to eat a ketogenic diet. And my first book, Glow 15,
All right. So
is
let's
on
see.
autophagy, right? Which is like a completely different thing, but autophagy is basically very simply auto meaning
9:22:29.
meaning to eat. It's a self-eating process. And Yosunori Sumi, who I had the privilege of interviewing, he won the Nobel Prize for his research around autophagy, and it's something that goes on in our body. And as I was
9:21.
writing that book, I was starting to eat the ketogenic way. And
Now,
I just felt
pre-wipe,
so
all of these would be
compelled
debug.
to find the best
Debug has been
tools for
removed.
myself and my body now
It
that
doesn't
I'm
say type is
entering
missing.
the latter part of my 40s
Type
and
is
I'm
missing. It
finding
should say
that
debug. All of these were on the previous pre-wipe, it should say debug. That's missing.
really what is like a health crisis
Let me take a screenshot of that because that's missing.
perimenopause, and as I
Type
go
is
into
missing.
menopause,
But it used to say
how
debug.
do I deal with the hormonal changes, like you were mentioning on your mental health? How do I deal with that on my
924,
energy
924,
levels?
924.
And I feel so
Where's
strongly
922?
that eating a high-fat diet is so beneficial, but I know that the missing link for me was that I wasn't getting enough fiber, because before that I was getting plenty of fiber. So I started to really analyze how I could bring fiber and still stay ketogenic. So benefit from the ketones and get the fiber. And I worked with some incredible PhDs who were willing to, at
926.
Yale University, who were really willing to explore this
Nope.
with me. So we started on, the three of us, so it was two PhDs and myself, and we started doing the high fiber keto program ourselves, and we were testing our blood every day, and we recognized, okay, you can actually bring fiber in,
922.29.
powerful little prebiotics that your gut
922.29.
microbiome so excited, it's their
918.
favorite food. You can feed your
918,
gut its favorite
918.
food
Not,
and get all the
that's,
benefits of the ketones. And I was
it's
like, okay,
21,
we've got something going here. And that's what
22,
I'm really got
21,
my
22,
desire. So
29.
maybe it was
21,
just my personal
22,
quest
29.
for good health, and then wanting to share that with as many people as possible.
But do you think there's a downside of not having fiber in a ketogenic diet?
I do. Absolutely.
And what would that be?
I mean, for me, it's
All
about
type is
immunity.
missing. It should say
It's
debug.
about, like you mentioned, it's about the microbiome. It's
21,
about the micro
21, 22.
benefits that you get. You know, we have to understand the micronutrients, the power of these micronutrients. I'm
21, 21.
what I'm mostly well known for, Dr. Gundry, as a social entrepreneur in the health and wellness space, is my sort of, not that I discover things, but what I do is, because I travel typically around the globe, I'm
Speaker is
hearing
off.
or I find
Wow.
different ingredients.
Not
So
by me.
10 years ago, I brought resveratrol,
Private
which is
control
a
mute.
polyphenol, and you talk about it. Resveratrol really as a SIRT1 activator, and a whole beautiful molecule into the US market. And I created an understanding with millions of people about the power of
APSD.
resveratrol with my previous brand, Reservage. Or I was in Southeast Asia, where the women were ingesting so much collagen. And so that was 15 years ago. And a decade ago, I brought collagen in really as a beauty ingestible. And so for
Cleaning
me,
up.
it's like
Always cleaning up.
we need to do things in the ways that work for our bodies. And when I look at different cultures, so many of them are getting enough
So
fiber.
21,
We are
21.
not.
He's cleaning
So
up.
how do we bring that into whatever it
So,
is we're doing?
And what's your take on, most people when they hear the word fiber, they think
so
of
22,
wheat bran
29.
or
I'm
bran
already
muffins.
running diagnostic. 22, 29. So that's 21.
You and I know
22,
that in
29.
fact that is actually not the sort of fiber we're supposed to be ingesting. Um, so
Profile
how do
removed.
you
Look at that.
propose that we get people to understand, okay, where is the good fiber that we're supposed to be eating? And I know it's in your book, so take us through a little bit of that.
Sure. So on the front of my book, I'm juggling a couple of beautiful artichokes. And if I were to take my computer with
Where
me
did
right
that
now
go?
into my kitchen, and you would come to me with into my kitchen, you'd see I have
Profile
a
removed.
bowl full of artichokes.
So
And
the
whatever we
21,
actually
22,
wanted to do, which the publisher said no to,
29.
I was in a bed of like 500 artichokes, right? So artichokes are a great source of fiber. And what most people need is somewhere, you can go up from here, but on average,
Plug in.
somewhere between 25 and 35 grams of fiber. And what I love about artichokes is they are
So again,
fiber. You know, you're
type
getting
is missing. You should say
8 by 10
debug.
grams of fiber in one artichoke, and they're delicious and they're great to eat. So, like in my book, I have artichoke heart smoothies and all sorts of various things. But you can get your fiber from so many other great sources. You know, if it's a cruciferous vegetable, you can get it from those. I don't even know, like 50 different recipes of ways to get your fiber in while staying in ketosis.
Not expecting
So it's not hard to get
invalidation break
fiber. You just have to
on
have the right
location
sources,
D
right
location failure to debug.
plants, which I have outlined there. And then
Here we
you're
go.
literally feeding your body all of its favorite, well, you're feeding your microbiome all of its favorite foods.
Yeah, I think we should be clear. Now, a lot of people still haven't quite grasped this, that these sorts of fibers we can't digest, and they will not be absorbed, but
Claim
they're really critical for
invoked in server.
of the gut microbiome, and you're feeding them. Part of the problem with the Western diet is that with our processed and ultra processed foods, we have
Connection debug.
totally stripped
Closing connection.
fiber out of everything. So
In
these
session
poor guys have
257.
nothing to eat. And one of the theories that I talk about in the energy paradox is there's a fascinating new theory, which I agree with. It's actually your gut microbiome and their food needs that actually stimulates hunger. And that
So
the
again,
reason
type is missing.
we're now
You
all
should say
this
debug.
is that we are not giving these guys anything to eat. And they're constantly
So
sending
these are all
messages
life
to
cycle
our brains
managed.
going, what the heck? We're starving to death down here. Go get some more food. And there's some phenomenal work out of China on this. And
Categories life cycle.
It's the most fascinating topic to me. When I understood that when I understood that our bodies, our microbiome, that whole beautiful world that goes on, has preferences of what kind of food it wants. I was like, oh, I have never taken into consideration
Plugins.
your needs. But to your point, like what you were just saying, how powerful of a concept is that to think that like we're being controlled, as we know, by our microbiome. So give them what they want, and then in return, you ultimately get what you want. So
Plugin.
it's just phenomenal.
yep, you take care of them, they'll take care of you, like I've said in all my books. Very true. All right, let's get back to bacon.
Still 22.
I know
21,
it's a staple
22.
food in the
28.
keto diet for a lot of people. So can I just go out to Costco and buy a
Virtual
massive pack of bacon and just have a pound of
interface.
bacon every day?
Please do not do that.
Oh, but
Please.
I gotta follow your rules. I gotta have bacon. Come on.
Yeah, it's the thing about the ketogenic diet. You do have to be extraordinarily careful of where you
So
source
29.
the
Here's
fat from,
29.
right? So I started with this concept of good fat. Um,
All
I
volatile.
believe in good fats. I developed a food gram base called Simply Good Fats because I couldn't
Plugin
find enough of
management.
the good fats that I
Load
wanted.
plugin
So
now.
like if
False.
you're getting your good fats, you need to make sure that you're getting them from a good source, a clean source. So making sure that the bacon is organic. It's not that easy to find.
Powering off
Stick
ISP.
to the cleanest source that you can get of the meats because don't forget,
Powering off
your
ISP.
body, when it stores any sort of fat, you're also
That was
storing
already
those
turned off.
foods
Wi-Fi was
that
already
that
turned off.
animal has ingested. So I'm really, 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 really particular about where I source my meats from. I'm also a huge believer in shopping at your local farmers market. Now, a lot of people are on the
So
East
here we
Coast
go.
right
This
now,
is
and
diagnostic
obviously it's
running.
difficult with the social distancing and a lot of markets are closed and that time of year. But if you can buy your food locally,
people who particularly aren't in areas that are, have a lot of farmers
Right.
markets. Are there good online sources? Do you talk
Life
about
cycle
them in the
managed.
book?
Persona not
I
available.
don't
501.
mention them that much in the book, but I will
Persona not
tell you,
available.
like Thrive Market, I think is a
You
good
mean Luke
online
Dalabana is
source.
not available?
Um, I think, you know, I shop at Whole Foods some of the time. I think Trader Joe's, you can find great things. You know, if Costco has the the organic forms, I just really think with the ketogenic diet, you've got to be extra careful with the fact that you are eating potentially a lot of meat, or you are eating a lot of different sources of fat. You know, I like not fat.
668 pages, YouTube pages are still opened.
You have to be cognizant of what are the best mixing tools from the good fat.
668 YouTube pages are still open on this Mac.
Cool. So take our listeners and viewers through your program. What does a typical day look like?
What does a typical day look like?
There
Okay.
we go.
So on high fiber keto, a typical day will look like, you know, basically it depends on the individual, but 2 to 3 meals a day. So
Really? You're not connected to the internet? That's not
mentioned
true.
about autophagy. You activate autophagy when you sleep at night,
And I know there was a quick
you
blink,
fast.
and my
A lot of the times
YouTube
people will
Studio
feel
and 2 YouTube Studio would be down here, but that's
that
disappeared.
that you missed your meal. But in this book,
There
it
we
says
go.
3 meals a day, and each of the meals are ketogenic, where you're getting your fiber. So you're getting your 25
All right.
to 35 grams of fiber, and the program is 22 days. So what I did is
URL
we did
private.
this study at Jacksonville University, and we did it on a group of participants who all were experiencing metabolic syndrome. So they all had, you know, metabolic
Entering
syndrome
client
because they
handler.
all had sort of
Spin dump.
the actual fat forms that they
Private
metabolize.
terminated.
So the circumference of their
Executing private.
waist, you know, excess visceral fat. They had high blood sugar, high blood pressure,
Warning.
their triglycerides were off. So and even their
Errors.
inflammatory markers were out. And we took them during these 22 days and we had them eat a high fiber ketogenic diet. And then we
Do not
were dosing
proceed.
them every day to
501.
help for them to
User
get
501.
ketosis. And
There's user 0 and user 501. User 501, do
study
not
that
proceed.
using the way we have
Final decision, do
outlined
not
in my
proceed.
book, High Fiber Keto, everybody benefited. So 91% of them lost weight. Every single one of them improved their metabolic function. It was unbelievable. Not everybody got into nutritional ketosis, and that's the interesting thing. Some people get into it, you know, in 7 to 14 days. Others, it just takes longer. So the
21,
typical
40,
day
11.
in the book also
All
talks
right.
a lot about
Logs are moving again until they do not move again.
so things like twitching, things like, you know, shaking your legs up and down.
Skybridge.
I brought a lot of sort of new
From
exciting
visible to none.
science to the forefront of this book because I was working with a whole bunch of really fascinating PhDs and young
21,
young
39,
women
35.
sort of in my age group in their late 40s and all the way
Clearing
up
datagram
into
buffer.
their early 60s. And so these women were all focused on how do we benefit from balancing our hormones? How do we
Okay,
get
so let's
that
see how much
metabolic
data has
balance?
moved.
There was a very high level of
So it was
encouragement around the
4088
program, which is why we
and
got to 22
5959.
days.
So
And
all
you
of that
cannot
has moved.
take note if anything
And
moves
one
from
of
that.
that
So yes,
equal
we're losing
100.
fat,
About
but
100
it's all great
packets.
for fibers.
So 4 means
So I want to
400 and
back up on
something.
what you just said. I think you're saying that some people it's going to take a week, 2 weeks, maybe more
All right, we're at
to actually
21,
get
41, 16.
Yeah.
and I think that's a very, very good observation. And it's actually
21, 41, 28,
back to that.
29.
I had the privilege
So it's moving again.
of working with a nurse
All right.
And so I had access to really the thought process. One of the things that he did know was that just by eating a high-fat diet, most of us are so metabolically inflexible, and some people, if the word pre-diabetes doesn't seem to that funny,
There we go.
insulin resistant, that's funny, could not get people into ketosis, although he assumed that just eating a high-fat diet would put you into ketosis. And I go into this ad nauseum
Last 5 minutes.
paradox, and I've written about it in all my
All
books.
messages.
As long as your insulin level is high, you cannot access fat that's stored in your body, and you cannot generate free fat cells. And that was one of his biggest mistakes, and I think that's still one of the biggest mistakes that people trying a ketogenic diet don't realize that, guess what? You're not going to be in ketosis tomorrow. And I still think that's why
All right, so
advocates
game on.
for the ketogenic include
Everything is debug.
super real things.
without a doubt.
Is there any, have you in your work
All right.
discovered any tricks to help people kind of through this period?
Yeah, that's what we really focus heavily on in our clinical
Private
studies
recovery is
because
private.
that was why a lot of
Data
clinicians
moving.
get turned off of it or they get scared,
Launch D.
whatever it may be, and that's real. You know, trying to adjust, as we mentioned before,
Data
from being
moving
that
to and from
delivered
launch
fast
D.
toward rushing toward
Private.
unbelievably
All false.
energy efficient Tesla
So they
or
started at 9:43.
energy output.
40.
And so when we look at, to your point, you know, people starting to try to get into ketosis, what's happening is the hydration and the mineral content, such as
Error
people
registering
think,
path for
oh, I should
private.
never salt my food. Sodium is not good. But actually, the opposite here. You have to make sure you're getting enough sodium. You have to make sure you're getting enough of your minerals. So I use an electrolyte powder. I put it into
Session
my
257
drink
retained 2 references. 1
everyday
reference.
water, or if
There
I'm
were
exercising,
sessions
which I exercise a couple of
at.
times a week. I add it right into. I have a special collagen,
This is September
very
the
specific
18th.
protein that I
This
make
is
and I drink
September
that
the
right here.
18th
I'm
at
drinking another one
so
today.
12,
Good
13,
morning.
14, 15, 16, 4:06 p.m. This is when the Mac was at Apple Store.
Keto food
Jesus.
is
When the Mac was
number
at
one,
Apple Store.
get your electrolytes, get enough sodium so that your minerals are staying balanced and you're not becoming dehydrated. That's number one. And then number
The
two,
18th when the Mac was
you
at
are
Apple Store.
actually eating enough food because fat is so much more
Oh,
dense.
more data moving
You get overwhelmed by that at the beginning and you're not actually feeding your body enough. So those are the
to
two
MDNS
things
responder
I
and
observed
Apple
as
something.
our PhDs
Alright, this is when the
really
Mac was
looked
at
at
Apple
that.
Store.
Well, what's the most surprising thing you learned from this? Maybe all of this.
Yeah, the most surprising thing I learned was from an unbelievable
Lots of
dietitian,
data moving.
and
There we
and
go.
I don't know
It doesn't show up here.
if you know her, but she's been in the world of
There we go.
ketogenics for like 35 years.
Alright.
She worked in a hospital setting
So there
primarily
we
with
go.
children
This
that
is
were
on the
living
18th
with
at 4 o'clock
ketosis. So she
when
has
the Mac was
gotten
at Apple Store.
maybe more people than anyone into ketosis advanced state.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So this session
That's it.
257
So what surprised me the most was
launched.
she told me that with every meal that she eats, she always makes
Move
sure
those two
all
away.
the food on her plate are fermented. We think about
One.
prebiotics, we think about the
This one
benefits
here.
to our microbiome. And that when
No.
she herself
This one
personally
here.
had her ketone levels about
Uh, well.
22.1
It's moving.
um,
This is on the 24th.
1.8, somewhere in there. That her hot flashes went away completely. So her symptoms of menopause were completely reduced. And as soon as her ketone production would go down,
Okay, this is on the 18th while the Mac was at the Apple Store.
then they would come back. Now
Ooh.
I would try
Registration warning for private.
to what the ketogenic diet can do for your brain health, for your mood, your mood state, and how it can modulate your mood and how it can reduce anxiety. Those were really
More data moving.
things that I learned. And Dominic and ketones started
While at the
reducing
Apple Store at 4 o'clock
anxiety side of
on the
those
18th.
foods, and I got really surprised and excited by those findings.
All right, so
6 o'clock while at the Apple Store. Display mode, scalar, skylight, window server. Look at that. As well at the Apple Store at 4 o'clock.
I love your question. So I asked that question to a lot of researchers as well.
Oh,
Just like when
recovery OS.
I was not carbohydrate intolerant,
He recovered the OS
my
after they wiped it.
needs of what I put into my body are different. Now, I believe that what we put into our mouth is so important for our well-being and for the
They
way
can hear me.
we live.
They have listeners on.
Over
Listeners,
time, and I know that it does. What I want now, what I need now,
listeners,
in my 30s is going to be different in a decade.
registering personal listener.
So what I can say is that for me personally, these 3 years have been the best. These have been the best years of my life in the way that I feel physically. I am in the best shape of my life. I have more energy than I ever have had in the past. My brain fog is gone. I don't suffer from the same
Registering
level of
warning for
anxiety
private.
that I did when I was younger, and my autoimmune conditions are really at an all-time low because my inflammatory process is so low. I have stayed in a ketogenic state the majority of those 3 years. Like, I went to West Africa, to Cameroon, because I was searching out this amazing spice food that they ingest every day in Cameroon. And this beautiful spice fruit balances their insulin.
Fail to register
They make this
private.
every day. And so while I was in Cameroon, I couldn't find all of my ketogenic foods. So I went off a little bit and I regretted it, right? Like, I didn't feel good.
Core UIR right away on the 18th
In this for
when the Mac
365
was at the
days,
Apple Store.
primarily
Invalid connection ID.
was great. I know a lot of experts will say you should go off of it, and that's a good thing. My personal feeling is I stay completely on it for 3 years,
Parsed
and I
info
think it
plist for
will benefit.
private.
And the data that I've been exposed to says that there's nothing wrong with staying on it for many years.
Database was seeding. Client will retry and block.
Has been on it
This is
for many
not an
years,
error.
and it's doing extraordinarily well with that. So that's sort of like a halfway
And
answer.
this is still while the Mac was at the Apple Store.
Best I could do there.
That's all right. That's all right. Your new almost neighbor, Mark Sisson, out in Miami, and your northern neighbor, Joseph
Error,
Nicola,
non-fatal.
definitely
Error, non-fatal.
would disagree with
Error,
you.
non-fatal. LS session save. Error.
About that as well.
Syncing with MI.
In epilepsy, this is a different ballgame because interesting. This young man, this huge seizure he had last month when he went off.
Container manager. There's no such container on this Mac. First boot cleanup complete.
Then he had his
attempted to open an encrypted database.
When I look at his
4
body and
o'clock.
so remarkably intelligent and so
Wow, these are all faults.
consistently searching out new data and so forth. But the way his body works and the way that his body detoxifies and maybe the way that he can ingest carbohydrates is different than my body, for example. And the same goes for Mark. You know, they're men, and men are different, obviously, as we know,
Voila, the
than
Apple
women.
Store
And
still.
I think for women, um,
Software
so
update
all I can
start.
say is that
Voila, the Apple
when
Store.
we're going through different stages of our lives and our bodies are so sensitive to the hormonal changes, there's something that is
Restore log.
really
Permission denied.
nourishing and nurturing about
Restore log. Permission
like that
denied.
diet. And I think when we start ingesting carbohydrates and then craving more carbohydrates, and as a woman, our our body fat levels are simply higher than you as a man, and
Download
so
manager.
having to work with those dynamics, and also the way that the female brain is so incredibly different than the male brain and the complexities that come with it. I really think for women it's a different scenario than it is for men, and that's what I'm also really getting into in this book. Like, we only studied women, and what was also interesting, Dr. Gundry, is that
Download
in a
manager.
lot of science, so much science is not done on women, and historically it wasn't, because
Begin.
so much more comes from
Software update begins at 4 o'clock while at the Apple Store.
convenient. Now there is more science that's being done on women, and is mandated, and the laws have changed, but
Skip clean up
at the end of the day, the
VRAM
body
because
is so
in
much more of a
base
mystery.
system
But
we
I just
don't
think
create the update finished
each
event.
person really needs to sort of make these connections
Flushing
for themselves.
recovery OS
All right,
controller
Leah.
events.
So, on that note, I gotta let you go. It was
Cleaning up
great having
recovery
you on the
OS
show
state
today.
files.
Where do people find out more
Cleaning up
about you?
recovery.
They know all about you. How do we find you?
Dr. Gundry,
So I have recovery,
this book, High Five
I have
Recovery,
cleaning up recovery, and then I have recovery.
NaomiW.com.
Private
I'm there.
recovery.
I'm just, at this moment in time, so happy to be able
There
to
we
be
go.
doing a podcast with you, to be doing the amazing, amazing, amazing work that you do. It's just a total privilege. Thanks for having me.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show. Like I was telling you off camera, I got your book, not from you, but I actually bought it. And I said, oh my gosh, we got to have her on the show. So that's good for you. Good for you.
Thanks so
And
much.
it's a really good book, folks. So go get it. All
So
right.
we're still at 4 o'clock.
I'll talk
Cleaning
to
out
you in
recovery.
the near future.
Log
And keep up the
archives.
good work. And you're right.
Couldn't write values for keys.
Fiber needs to
Device
be well
cache.
integrated if you're going to
There's the
use
user.
grade cache or all right.
That's right.
We'll let you go. Thanks.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Time for our audience question. AX on YouTube asks, what do you eat when someone has glycolate intolerance and histamine intolerance? That's actually a really good
There's
question.
errors here.
And I found with my
3 errors.
has some glycolate and or histamine intolerance. But before we change their
Created a
on the profile,
XS listener.
stop
Ah, Bluetooth. It's all Bluetooth. That's how he does it. I've said it a million times. It's Bluetooth. You son of a bitch. It's Bluetooth. Update software, then Bluetooth. Host controller is powered on. Yeah, baby. Host controller is online using Bluetooth.
Now it's time for the review of the week. This week's review comes from
Yeah, there are
last
tons of
minute
stuff
info on YouTube. It says,
because of this reason.
TSS changing
Right, Luke
frequency
Dalabana of
is
archaeologyvacations.com.
almost gone, including your
Magic
office.
Pairing Manager.
I lost over 60 pounds without exercise.
USB pairing,
I had COVID-19
Bluetooth,
and recovered after 48 hours and 5 minutes. I don't think I would have
sending
recovered
chunks of data,
had I not changed this diet. I know my excuses are working as my symptoms
Bluetooth,
of autoimmune
add device.
I eat sugar, my symptoms come back quickly. I love Dr. Young. You are an angel from heaven.
Host controller is powered on.
Virgil
Host
has
controller is
the
ready
other day, 68 years
using
young on
Bluetooth.
Nomad. Well, thanks very much. I'm going to add a toaster here. I have a
Handle
warning
1,
if I
handle
use
2,
milk.
address is not generated.
If you follow me, I've kept the vitamin D level above 100
Pair the
as
devices.
long as I've known her, which is about 5 years.
Hmm.
Doesn't miss, doesn't cheat.
Pair devices while still at the Apple Store.
For her, last 48 hours, she kind of, felt like a beautiful soul. She wound up 1945, just that week. That we most of the time and the first thing she said when we got together was, "You're right. I'm going to do whatever you want to do." And I think it's a bright example of what I've been saying since day one. You have to arm yourself. Protect yourself
Error.
from whatever goal. And Eileen, I'm telling you, because you've taken people in your life, and that's deciding whether you flag your flag or left. You have the power to start it today. And what's around us right now, today is the day to start. So thanks very much for inviting me out here, and it's great to be a part. See you next week. Before you go, I just wanted to remind you, let me know on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcast. Because I'm Dr. Gundry, and I'm always out for you.
So we're still at 4 o'clock. 4:16:34 at the Apple Store. There you have a session already. Session. Not cleaning up IA because install Mac Big Sur does not appear to be IA. So Apple Store told me they installed Big Sur. Big Sur. Apple Store told me they installed Big Sur on the Mac. Connection debug. Server is starting up. Server is starting up. This is at 9 o'clock now. Wait, let me go back. So that's 4 o'clock. They terminated at 4 o'clock and started up again at 9 o'clock when I was at home. PM to 9 p.m. Server is starting up at 9 o'clock. It's sitting on the floor here at home, and it started up because I didn't set it up until the 19th. Session UUID is private at 9 o'clock. New session management session created. New session management session created. Wow. Session. So this is all happening at 9 o'clock while the Mac is just sitting there. Container manager. Okay, now I'm gonna pause here. Let me see how. Oh, I've got a whole lot more to go, but I'm gonna go back. Go back all the way. So the Mac starts at right here at 4:06:21. I took a screenshot of that. Okay, and I went all the way down until the 18th. That's 4 o'clock. 18th at 9 o'clock at night while the Mac is sitting on the floor. So there's 16, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Okay, here we go. So 9 o'clock he started again. 9 p.m. I already picked up the Mac at 7 o'clock. Mac is just sitting there in the bag. Sitting in the bag. Apple told me it's clean. It's just like an unboxing. And here we go. 9 o'clock it started up. Login window. Connection bug. Connection debug. So this is at 9 o'clock at night. Attempted to open an encrypted database. Submitting by private. Private is a server. Private is a server. Dispatching low priority message on server. Private. Software update, and he started. Software update. Software update. Listener startup. Setting up listener. Setup task completed. Still at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, 9:06, 42. Activate machine. Success! Hooray! Machine hacked. Still at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock at night. SU Mac controller state machine. SU Mac controller state machine attached. Action controller setup completed. Handling event. Wait for controller setup in state. Downloading bridge. OS update. Yepper. So Mac is sitting in the bag overnight on the 18th. I got 8 pages and pages of that. Download, action, canceling. I saw downloading, brain failed. Activate machine, success. Controller setup, success. Submitting by private. Send client message. No observer connection to send message to. Get all observer connection. Returning observable connections. So we're still at 9 o'clock, 9:06. Still at 9 o'clock. Mac is sitting in a bag. In group private. Let's see, that's software bundle record for app. Alright, so this is at 9 o'clock. Still at 9:06, 44. 9:06, 45. Keychain access. Disk utility. Console. Digital color, disk utility. Appographer. Keychain. Migrate assistant, screenshot. Terminal. Voiceover. Apple spell, speech. Spotlight. It's all here. Wi-Fi agent. Finish launching entered. Login app. Session owner. Come start SO server. Starting session owner server. This is not gonna end. Prepare for session. Mark is sitting quietly in the bag on the floor. And all this is happening. Same like when it was in the box. All of this was happening, and the date was on it was February the 25th. I unboxed on June the 5th. February the 25th had all these logs. All of them. Is repeat. Because Apple said they're giving me a Mac that looks like it was just unboxed. And they're correct. It was already hacked. By the time I opened it, all of this stuff was already in there, just like it is now. Deleting activities, private. Nice. Device does not have an internal battery. So I have two faults here. RAM disk created. Bluetooth. I was saying he hacks it via Bluetooth. Mount. We're still at 9 o'clock. We're still at 9 o'clock. Clean up in VRAM. Right, so by the time I start the next day, I set it up. It's already been screwed. Commit user changes. Login. Listener. Login D server. Couldn't read session. Retired too many times, giving up. Unmounting. Unmounted. Disk 3 S5 is private. Successfully unmounted recovery. So let's see. Big Sur. This is nope. Successfully unmounted recovery. Ladder login. Username is mbset setup user. UUID. Look at the UUID. Username. User GUID. User long name. Setup user. User long name is setup user. Guest account is 0. That's me. I am guest account. I'm 0. The Mac uses 501 is root. Wait a minute. I am the guest. Oh man. Session logout manager. So guest account is 0. It's still at 9:06 p.m. Set NVRAM. Non-system NVRAM. No, go back. Okay. Should activate. I like that one. It's not activate, it's activate. Like that one. So let's see this one here. 665 web page. Yep, doesn't end. He always has access to my channel. We have faults now. Still at 9:06. 9:06. Clean up repair path service. Do not proceed. Still at 9:06 and 9:06:50. Starting server at 9:06:51. Hackers not Luke Dalabon is not allowed access to the Windows system right now. His active user is 1. Attempting to fetch AES key for keychain. Yep, keychain has been a problem for a long time. Backend changed. There's already a session at 9 o'clock. ClerkIt. Home, preview, news. Private is a network path. So they're all bundled that are nested within the app. Keychain access. Recovery is not present. It's not on your. Successfully cleaned up. Recovery. Home directory is private. Still at 9:06. Login complete. Router. $256 countries found. 256 known. Alrighty. $172. 172 I think is my So this is grayed off. When this is grayed, it's because it's joined my home network. That's why it's grayed out. Everything else is solid. This one is grayed out. It's because it's already connected to my home network. $192. This is $172. So it's a different one.
You really need to take it easy.
Is this a nurse thing, or are you trying to get me alone? You truly are a beautiful person.
You're smart. You give that lady a ring. Get started a family. What? It's the fun part.
How would you feel about me having a baby?
I can't be the person that stands.
Alright, so let me go back here. So router and DNS is not mine. This is my IP. IP 172. This is 192. So at 9 o'clock at night. That's not my IP. Sender lacks privileges to install. Successfully sent event. $907 now. No, I'm still at the top. Sharing D already. Still at the top. Login window. So, we get to the 21 now? 21st. How did we get to the 21st? It's the 20th. So this is on the 18th. And this is on the 18th. Here, creating authorization. That's the 20th. 20. Private console is private. Look at that. And the date is the 20th. QuickTime? QuickTime is a problem. I've been saying it forever. QuickTime on preview. QuickTime player is invalidating. Audio session. Bluetooth. Process impersonation is a common thing. #20th. Trigger is private. Is now private. 20th. 20th. QuickTime. 20th. Connection bug. Oi, preview. There's Aqua. There's a drawer. Aqua for preview. 21st. Preview. Aqua again. Sharing D. Wireless proximity. Error. 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 Alright, that's a lot. Get some UUIDs. UUID. volatile. 23rd. Volatile. So private is a constant. Private is a server. And here we go with debug. 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 The 24th, that's today at this 10:43, and this is 9:01. Whoa, and suddenly we get deleted. Deleted disk arbitration. So once I start running diagnostic, it starts removing. Oh, lots of deleted. The caller has not, so when I was running diagnostic, caller is not present. He did not ask for a force request, force refresh. Wow. So what does that mean? Force refresh. It means not there. There's a refresh at 8:42. Delete it. Delete it. Oh, connecting to private.
Since I've been 19 years old, I look at real estate every week. I looked at real estate with Bill. I looked at real estate with Eric. Now, I did look at some with him. They portray it like I stood to gain money. That's what they said, right? And let me tell you, when I was on call, I only gained money if Bill was alive. I thought for sure she was in love. I was 4 months pregnant.
We, the jury, in the 11th hour action, find the defendant guilty of the crimeless murder of the first degree.
When Brooke was read, she showed no emotion. The only person who really showed emotion on her side of the family was her daughter.
When they said guilty, I couldn't even know it. My husband had to pick me up and carry me out the courthouse.
Bill McLaughlin's family was tearful.
Debug everything.
This wasn't on TV.
Oh, miles of debug on the 24th today at 10:50 at 9:01. Jesus.
There was actually a sentence when these true colors came out. We all kind of looked at each other. Is this really happening?
9:01, 10:50.
We were made to move and explore, to chase the moments we'll never forget. Because when we move, we find what moves us. Get inspired this fall by the Sportage and get a $1,000 fall bonus on select 2022 Sportage models. Kia, movement that inspires. Milk with 15 essential nutrients.
All right.
You like muscles? You like protein. And phosphorus.
21, 24.
And, bones.
That's the last log, and that's all debug. Last log.
Every day, every hour, your body does so much for you. It's time to give something back with Nivea Smooth Body Lotion, enriched with shea butter for 48 hours of deep moisture to help care for your skin.
Nine 24, no, 9:24, so 9:30 versus
Try new Quest Whitening Emulsions for 100% whiter teeth. Its highly active peroxide droplets swipe on in seconds.
And of course, this one here is I cannot open my device. And then there's the clients. My Mac is managing 11 clients right now. Active local, stream, and datagrams.
Nanette is in prison and she'll be there for the rest of her life. And same with Eric McCloskey.
He's getting led away in the waist chains, and his hands are cuffed, and he turns to me and says, "You knew it. I got played by Hiram." And then he said, "I'll see you again." You see a little vignette into the real personality of Eric McCloskey. And that's in front of a judge that's being escorted by armed bailiffs. I'm surrounded by armed detectives, and imagine what he's like when nobody's around. Eric, let me ask you the simple question. Did you murder Bill McCloskey?
I was charged with conspiracy to commit murder and convicted and given a life without possibility of parole sentence. I did not do that, but I am here.
How many of the women here in front of me have committed a violent crime in their past? Okay. How many have been convicted of a violent crime?
She made mistakes and she's not perfect. But who is?
There's imperfect and then there's imperfect.
I wanted to just get to the truth and like ask her, like, did you really do this? I didn't need to explain everything. I just said, did you know about the murder? Did you plan this? Did you have anything to do with it? And she looked me in the eyes and said no.
Here at the Central California Women's Facility, these dogs are being trained to eventually help someone disappear. In theory, the dogs are the ones
All right, IPv4 and IPv6.
connecting with prisoner spirits is designed to actually let inmates educate themselves.
No, it would stop the external stuff. This is for my current dog. Well, there's only a few months here. They'll start.
Time in prison has generally changed you, but has this dog program changed you as well?
Oh, absolutely. It's amazing. They just bring so much healing. And it also helps to make a difference for me to be able to pack them away from my kids to be able to wake up each day.
So look, one of the things that is easy to do, it's easy to get kind of caught up in the evidence and forget the real emotional quality of this. There's this domino effect of human suffering and grief.
I envision my mom coming home all the time. And every time I wake up, it is in my brain.
All right, and stop.